All right, guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this thing over and actually use a hot seat power washer and get this thing as clean and all the BS stripped out of it and everything to try to get it ready to put all the mounts in and then eventually paint. So a lot of you guys haven't seen yet, but this is the rear end setup on this. So you've got outputs for accessories. But then if you look here, these hydraulic cylinders are actually internal braking mechanisms inside the rear differential. This will look a lot better after we power wash it here in a few, but after we do that, I'll go back through and show you everything in detail. Give this thing a nice bath of foam. Now that we've got it all foamed down, we went ahead and fired up the burner here, cranked it up to 200 degrees, and we're gonna see what this thing does. You can see all the steam coming up from the hot water being sprayed on there. It's about 40 degrees out here. All right, guys, we're back with part 5 of the LS SNOWCAT swap. So here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna remove some of the stuff that we don't need in there and reposition some other things. So let me show you what we're gonna do. All right, so now this thing's power washed. You can see it's actually cleaned up pretty decent. We're gonna move the reservoir for the hydraulic fluid. We're gonna get rid of this battery tray because it's not gonna be here anymore. We're gonna move it to the back. Some of the other stuff we're gonna get rid of here is this whole clutch assembly, because it doesn't need to be there anymore because we're going to put an automatic in it. These controls here are for the secondary hydraulic accessories. This thing would have used like a snow groomer or a blade or something like that, and we're not going to be needing any of that. Then we can get rid of all those extra lines as well. If we come around here to the back, we're going to get rid of this rack here as it's no longer needed. Get rid of these hooks because they're no longer needed. And then we're gonna get everything cleaned up and prepped and ready for paint. All right, guys, so as of right now, we've already got all of the hydraulics out. We got the reservoir, the pump, all that stuff. We took it out as one like connected unit, except for the 2 lines that go to the actual controls for the rear steering. As you can see, the seat mounts, we're gonna have to fix those. Those are pretty messed up. But we got everything out of this thing. We got the rack in the back, this thing here that was up there on the side, we got that removed. We got those hooks removed. So everything is kind of coming together here as far as prepping this for paint. I've already done the front up there. As you can see, there was a monstrosity of hydraulic lines in this thing for all the accessories and everything like that. But we got all that out, and we're going to work on eliminating the controls that we're not going to use. So pretty much all the lines that go to this here, we're not going to be using any accessories. So we're going to get rid of all that and hopefully just have it set up to where we just have the 2 lines for the controls, and then you got your return and your high pressure lines. So we're going to get all the fittings for that and get that slimmed down, should I say. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got everything out of this thing, and we've cleaned, not extremely well, but it's somewhat cleaner. We got all of the loose paint and everything taken off with the wire wheel, so it's all cleaned up as far as that goes. We're not gonna worry about prep work too much other than just light sanding in here, because we're gonna be using a truck bed liner coating on the inside of this thing. The outside's in really good shape, so it'll just need a light sanding, and then we can actually apply the paint, and you guys will have to wait to see what color we're gonna go with. But everything's out. We got that bracket out like I showed earlier. We got the rack off, all that. But this is the cleanest it's been, and probably the most you guys have been able to see on the inside of this thing. But everything's coming along. We already got new tires for this thing, so that'll be one thing we're going to be doing. Another thing we're going to be doing is taking this factory one-person seat and turning it into a bench, so it would technically hold 3 people in there. All right, guys, so tonight we're going to call it quits. We got everything ready, pretty much prepped for the next power washing session. We are going to add some degreaser that time just to make sure any extra oil gets taken out of there so it doesn't cause any issues with the paint, or should I say bed liner material we're going to be putting in there from adhering to the vehicle. I know it's been a little bit since our last video, and the reason is my buddy Nick, he works on a farm and it's harvest season right now. So when it's not raining, he's in the fields from sunup till late at night, and then he also has to have some sort of a life outside of this as well. But anyway, we still need a name. So if you could think of something cool to call this thing, please drop it in the comments. But that's the end of this video. From all of us at Racing and Randomness, we appreciate you following along with this build. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, do what you can to help us out, and we'd appreciate it. But till next time, see you guys.